Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful Tuesday, and the drama in the soap world is absolutely overflowing. We need to talk about the absolute chaos that just exploded on our screens. Let's dive right into the madness. And I just do not even know where to start. Let's just dive right into the absolute bloodbath that was this week's runway show. You guys, Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan just walked into the worst ambush in the history of this show. I mean it, the absolute worst. It was a public execution on a fashion runway in front of the entire fashion world. The Forrester family is just completely stunned. The truth is out there now, and there is absolutely nothing that can soften this blow. Nothing. The family that prides itself so much on loyalty was just betrayed from the inside out. And by who? Hope. Hope Logan. I am still shaking my head. But let's talk about Ridge for a second. For Ridge Forrester, the pain of this isn't just professional. Sure, Eric's haute couture line is probably going to take a massive financial hit, and the PR nightmare is going to be insane. But for Ridge, this is deeply, deeply personal, because the woman he loves is just completely falling apart. He is watching Brooke drown in the shock, and he knows that comforting her is not going to be easy. I mean, how do you even comfort someone when their own daughter just ripped their heart out on a live stream? Ridge has been through so many Logan and Forrester wars before. We all have. We've been watching this show forever, but this battle, this one cuts so much deeper than the ones before. The damage is done. And now the family has to decide how they are going to deal with the fallout. So I have to ask you guys, do you think you know how Ridge Forrester is helping Brooke get through this betrayal? Because I am honestly stumped. Send us an email at amber@soapopera-magazine.com and we might feature your theories on the site because I need some ideas. I really do. Anyway, let's talk about the girl who chose the opposing side. The center of this entire storm is Hope Logan. She is the one who lit the match. Her secret defection to the Logan camp is no longer a secret, and the devastating fallout is exactly what she feared it would be. She knew this moment was going to hurt the people she loves, and now she has to live with it. She just has to. For weeks, Hope was tortured by guilt, just absolute extreme anxiety about what she was about to do to her mother. We saw it. We saw the panic attacks. We saw her hiding behind screens in Katie's office like a terrified kid. But now the deed is done. There is no turning back the clock. She keeps telling herself that she finally stood up for herself, that she finally took control of her own destiny away from Steffy and Ridge, but watching her family shatter is forcing her to face the actual price of her actions. The victory she was chasing came with a cost that she is only just beginning to understand. And honestly, the hardest conversations are still ahead of her. She has to look Brooke in the eye. She has to look Ridge in the eye. Whose side are you on as this war breaks out in Los Angeles? Let us know in the comments, because I am so torn. Part of me is like, yes, Hope, get yours. But the other part of me is just looking at Brooke's face and wanting to cry. Who is going to pay the higher price here? Ridge and Brooke are reeling from a betrayal they never saw coming. Hope is facing the steep cost of her choices, and the Spencer family. Oh, the Spencers are just celebrating a victory built on the ruins of Forrester Creations. The Los Angeles fashion war has escalated to the absolute breaking point, and we want to know whose side you are on. Because this week on The Bold and the Beautiful, the most highly anticipated summer fashion war officially kicks off. When Forrester Creations and the House of Logan go head-to-head, the cracks are going to start showing in Electra Forrester and Will Spencer Jr.'s relationship. Can this young couple survive living together and working for the enemy? Here is what is coming up next on the CBS soap opera, so keep reading for more details. Let's pivot to Bill's ominous warning. This week on B&B, Bill Spencer had a little chat with his youngest son about his girlfriend. Bill warned Will Spencer Jr. to separate his personal life from his professional life and told him, "Don't worry about your girlfriend." Oh boy. Does that sound like massive foreshadowing to anyone else? Because to me, it sounds like a giant neon sign flashing doom. The fact that the writers took the time to have Bill lecture his son about keeping his relationship out of the company means their companies are absolutely going to be the main issue for Electra. Electra Forrester has been trying to pry information out of her boyfriend about Katie Spencer's new designer, while he has only been working there for a week. And then there is the jewelry. Electra is stunned by Logan's jewelry. The whole team at Forrester Creations was absolutely blown away by the perfection of Deke Sharp's new collection, from the jewelry to the accessories. While everyone in the office is buzzing about Hope Logan, Electra is going to corner her boyfriend about his family holding on to the Hope Diamond. Will's girlfriend knows all about that precious gem, and she is absolutely horrified that Dollar Bill Jr. hid such a juicy detail from her. Electra Forrester seems to think her boyfriend, Will Spencer Jr., shouldn't be able to hide anything from her. If Will is hiding his family's business plans from her, what else is he hiding? Do you think Electra is acting ridiculous? Will Will and Electra's relationship end in tragedy? Let's go back to the runway for a minute. Just picture it. The lights go down, the music starts pumping. Everyone is expecting some random designer Katie found off the street, and then bam! Hope by Logan. The collective gasp in that room, I felt it in my living room. I really did. I spilled my drink. It was just wow. And the thing is, Deke Sharp actually delivered. I didn't want to believe it, but his designs were spectacular. The youthful energy, the cut, the fabrics. It was everything Hope for the future used to be, but elevated. Elevated and stolen right out from under Steffi's nose. And speaking of Steffy, oh my goodness, Steffy Forrester Finnegan is probably going to need a vacation after this. She is absolutely livid, and you know what? I kind of get it. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh on Hope, but Steffy literally just offered to relaunch Hope for the future right after Eric's Haute Couture show. She gave Hope an olive branch. A very bossy, Steffy-like olive branch, but still. And Hope just smiled and nodded and then stabbed her in the back. Steffy is viewing this as a calculated, malicious attack on her family and on Eric. And honestly, it kind of is. I mean, they deliberately scheduled the Logan show to hijack the international press that Forrester flew into town. That is ruthless. That is Dollar Bill Spencer levels of ruthless. Which brings me to Bill. Bill Spencer is just sitting back, grinning that smug, arrogant grin of his, watching the Forrester empire scramble. He funded this whole thing. He backed Katie. He brought in Wyatt and Shauna for the jewelry. He secured the Hope Diamond. Bill is playing a completely different game while Ridge is just reacting. But Bill's involvement is exactly why Brooke is so furious. Brooke is blaming Katie. Yes, but she is heavily blaming Bill. She thinks Bill corrupted her daughter. She thinks Bill turned Hope against her own family, and maybe he did. Or maybe Hope just finally woke up and realized that at Forrester Creations, she was always going to be second best to a Forrester. Let's be real. Let's just be completely real for a second. Hope has never had true creative control at Forrester. Ridge just promoted Zende to lead designer of HFTF without even asking Hope. Without even a text message. How is that Hope's line if she doesn't even get to pick her lead designer? That unilateral move by Ridge completely validates Hope's decision to leave. It proves her point, but try telling that to Ridge. Try telling that to a man whose ego is massive. Ridge thinks Hope committed an unforgivable act of treason. He is complaining bitterly to anyone who will listen. It is exhausting. It is so exhausting watching Ridge play the victim when he constantly sidelines the Logans in favor of his own blood. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. I just get so fired up about this show sometimes. I've been watching these same cycles for years, but this time it feels permanent. Hope isn't just throwing a tantrum. She signed a contract. She launched a brand. She stood on that stage and publicly told the press that her mother knew nothing about it. That was the moment. That was the exact moment Brooke's heart shattered into a million pieces. Brooke Logan Forrester is shattered. She is completely, utterly destroyed. She thought she and Hope were a team. She thought they were in this together. Brooke was literally in Katie's office, aggressively confronting Katie about this mystery designer, completely unaware that her own daughter was hiding behind a screen a few feet away. The deception is just so deep. Hope used Deke Sharp as a decoy. She lied to her mother's face on the phone. The psychological toll this took on Hope was massive, but the emotional toll it is taking on Brooke is catastrophic. Brooke is vowing that she will not tolerate this. She is promising that Katie and Hope will pay for her wrath. And when Brooke Logan goes to war, watch out. Just watch out. And poor Liam Spencer is just running around trying to play bodyguard, trying to soothe Hope's spiraling anxiety. He pushed for this. He supported this move to Logan. But I don't think even Liam realized how bad the fallout was going to be. He is trying to convince Hope that Brooke's unconditional maternal love will eventually lead to forgiveness. But will it? Will it really? I don't know, guys. I really don't. Hope publicly humiliated her mother. She sided with the people trying to ruin Eric's big comeback. That is a hard pill to swallow. But let's zoom out and talk about the younger generation, because the Electra drama is giving me life right now. Will Spencer and Electra Forrester are literally Romeo and Juliet right now, but with more corporate espionage. Bill Spencer warned Will. He sat him down and said, "Do not mix business with your girlfriend." And Will tried. He really tried. Katie swore him to absolute secrecy about Hope's defection. Will had to lie to Electra's face for weeks. And now the truth is out. Electra watched that live stream just like the rest of the Forresters, and she realized that her boyfriend knew the entire time. He knew, and he lied. Electra is furious. She is heartbroken. She feels so betrayed. And honestly, I am on her side here. I know Will was in an impossible position, but you don't lie to your partner about something that is going to destroy their family's business. You just don't. And the jewelry. Let's talk about the jewelry, because this is the icing on the cake. Electra is running the jewelry division at Forrester now that Ivy is gone. She and Melissa Dillon have been desperately hunting for the hope for the future diamond to use in their new collection. And what happens? Wyatt Spencer swoops in, grabs the diamond for Bill, and they use it for Hope's Logan launch. Electra is stunned. She is absolutely horrified that Dollar Bill Jr. hid this juicy detail from her. Electra seems to think Will shouldn't hide anything from her. And if he hid this massive corporate sabotage, what else is he hiding? Is he hiding the fact that his cousin Remy is creeping around? Is he hiding Melissa Dillon's weird behavior? Electra's suspicions are going into overdrive. Do you think Electra is acting ridiculous? I don't. I think she is acting like a woman who just realized she is sleeping with the enemy. Will their relationship end in tragedy? It is certainly looking that way. Especially with R.J. Forrester hovering in the background. R.J. is furious about Hope's betrayal, and he is already demanding that Ridge and Steffy fire Will. R.J. is using this chaos to make aggressive professional moves, and he is deepening his romance with Melissa Dillon at the same time. The tangled webs these people weave, I swear. I am just so tired. You guys, the drama is non-stop. Every time I think things are going to settle down, someone drops a bomb. Hope dropping the Hope by Logan bomb is going to change the landscape of this show for years. It is Forrester versus Logan all over again, but the battle lines are completely scrambled. Hope is a Logan, but she was the heart of Forrester. Zende is a Forrester, but he is devastated because his promotion is now meaningless. The collateral damage is everywhere. Zende Forrester Domings. We have to talk about Zende. The poor guy finally gets promoted to lead designer. He is euphoric. He is on top of the world. And then Hope defects and takes the brand equity with her. Zende is suffering a devastating psychological crash. He is bitter, he is angry, and a massive showdown is brewing between him and Hope over the death of the HFTF line at Forrester. It is going to be explosive. So I ask you again, whose side are you on? Are you Team Forrester, defending the legacy and loyalty of the family? Or are you Team Logan, Spencer, cheering for Hope's independence and Bill's ruthless tactics? Let me know in the comments. And seriously, send those theories about Ridge and Brooke to Amber at soapopera-magazine.com. I read every single one. I need to know I'm not the only one losing my mind over this show. Wait, I can't leave yet. I have to ramble a bit more about the sheer audacity of Katie Logan. Katie is just basking in the media spotlight right now. She is eagerly praising her own strategic genius. I mean, she literally hijacked the international press corps that Forrester Creations paid to fly into Los Angeles. She used Forrester's money and Forrester's hype to launch her own brand. It is brilliant. It is evil, but it is brilliant. Katie is acting like she is the new queen of Los Angeles fashion. But she is completely ignoring the vicious retaliation that is coming her way. Brooke is her sister, and Katie just gleefully helped Hope rip Brooke's heart out. How does Katie sleep at night? I know they have had their issues. I know Brooke has done Katie dirty in the past with Bill. We all remember that mess. Maybe this is Katie's long-term subconscious revenge. I don't know, maybe I'm reaching, but it feels so personal. Brooke is threatening to completely sever her sibling bond with Katie, and honestly, can you blame her? Katie didn't just hire Hope. She actively encouraged Hope to lie to Brooke. She told Will to lie to Elektra. Katie is the architect of all this misery, and she is just smiling for the cameras. And what about Eric? Poor Eric Forrester. The man is a legend. He was preparing for his grand haute couture return. This was supposed to be his moment to reassert Forrester's dominance in the fashion world. And instead, his show is in severe danger of becoming a massive financial flop because all the media attention has been hijacked by Logan. Eric is furious. He is insulted. He is heartbroken that Hope, a girl he has loved and supported like his own granddaughter, would do this to him. He is standing with Ridge, Steffy, RJ, and Zende, forming this united front against Hope. The family is closing ranks. It really makes you wonder about the future of Forrester Creations. If Eric's show flops, the financial trouble is going to be real. They poured so much money into this haute couture line. If they lose that investment, heads are going to roll. Steffi is going to be on a warpath. She is already looking for ways to sabotage Hope's new line. You know, Steffi isn't just going to sit back and let Hope win. She is going to fight dirty. She might try to poach Deke Sharp back. She might try to sue Logan over breach of contract or intellectual property. The legal battles alone are going to take up half the season.